Two Fort Myers police officers off the job tonight, and this is marking the fifth Fort Myers Police Department firing in just the last 4 months. Thanks for being with us at 6 o'clock. I'm Patrick Nolan. While the allegations against some of the officers include having sex while on duty, the most recent investigation claims it's not what the officers did, but what they didn't do that got them in trouble with the department. And as you're about to hear, the department says it's been looking into these now former officers for months in this case. Fox 4's Shari Armstrong live in the newsroom. Shari, you spent the past few hours combing through more than 40 pages in this investigative report, and you found a familiar name listed again and again.
That's right, Patrick. Today we learned the Fort Myers Police Department fired officers Sarah Hodakoski and Evelyn Roberts Hodakoski. Now, in order to really understand why the department says they got fired, I've got to take you back a couple months. So in November, that familiar name you mentioned, former officer Jason Jackson, lost his job with the department. He was in violation of several department policies. We've got a few right here on your screen. A months-long investigation found he was involved with former and active confidential informants, or CIs. And I want to point that out for a very important reason. The department interviewed staff members, including Hodakoski and Roberts, about Jackson's personal relationships with CIs. And FMPD says they talked to a CI too, and that person claimed both officers knew about a, quote, personal in nature kind of relationship between a CI and former officer Jason Jackson. But FMPD says Hodakoski and Roberts didn't make that clear during their initial interviews. And according to these documents, both eventually said they heard that Jackson could have been involved with a CI, but both said they didn't see it as a fact. Now, the report also says someone met up with two officers at a local bar, Rascals. You might have heard of it in Fort Myers. The officers said it was a chance happening, but the witness provided a picture to police with text saying, quote, at Rascals bar. Now, we do have a statement from the police union saying, in part, quote, Officer Sarah and Evelyn Hodakoski's termination is not supported or based on just cause. Additionally, these officers were denied due process, and their police officer Bill of Rights was violated on several occasions during the investigation. Even more troubling, the IA investigators never took a sworn taped or written statement into the allegations against their officers from the only witness, an unreliable confidential informant. We are seeking all legal avenues to have these officers reinstated. Now, we also heard, of course, from the Fort Myers Police Department as well. They say, quote, the terminated officers do not represent the men and women who put on the Fort Myers police uniform every day and risk their lives to serve our community. Live in the newsroom, Shari Armstrong, Fox 4.
Thank you.